Neville Hamilton is a busy man. Not only did he create the International Reggae Afro-Latin Music and Arts Festival, but he is now the proud owner of the Reggae Grill.
My name is Neville Hamilton. I'm from Steinbach, originally from Jamaica, actually, born and grown in Jamaica. And I am a proud Jamaican Canadian. You want to put it that way? Yeah.
What can you tell me about your restaurant?
It's a Jamaican restaurant that we saw the opportunity came up that recently, and we decided that we'll just go ahead and saddle in for the ride.
Has restauranting been something you've always thought about, or is it just because of this opportunity you're like, why not? Let's just do this.
No, actually, it goes back years. When we just got here in Canada, maybe the first couple of years, there's a festival that always happens here in Steinbach. Mm-hmm. It is the Summer in the City, it's called. Just an awesome, fun time for Steinbach people where we come together and just enjoy outdoors and, the community. So I saw the opportunity to open, to have a little booth there in Summer in the City. And we get a few of my friends together and my family and decided that we'll do it. And for the first year we did, people came up to us and asked us, where's your restaurant? The food is so good. Where can we go and have some more of this? Of course, I can't have them at my house. Right? So years after that, we keep going and having the opportunity to do the same thing. So since COVID started, a lot of people, sad to say, they went out of business, especially restaurants. It was so difficult for them as well. And after going out with on a trip with a couple of friends of ours on a fishing trip, I thought, well, they asked us what we were doing. So we told them we were having a festival in Winnipeg at the time. It's the IRL Music Arts Festival, and we were doing cooking and all that stuff. And then we get further into talking with them, and as I said, we met this amazing lady. Her name is Beverly, and she's a chef from Vancouver. Ooh. And so we were considering to do a restaurant with her, right? Mm-hmm. And because now that's the main part of the puzzle that we needed, right? A good chef. So here comes Beverly. And so I told her about Bev and all that stuff. And then she said to me, so I know this place in Steinbach that is up for rent, right? And I thought, well, okay. So we went and checked it out. And it was this place right here. So we called, and here we are doing this thing now here in Steinbach, which is such an amazing experience for all of us. We are so appreciative, to have this opportunity here. Sorry to those who are, having struggles in throughout the pandemic because it's so long, and I know everybody is struggling. But we thought that it would be best for us to seize this opportunity now.
What are some of the challenges that you've faced so far? Opening up a restaurant.
Yeah, a lot of people think I'm probably one of the bravest guys right now to go into restaurant business when so much of them is failing. So the challenges that I faced right off the bat after we get going was restrictions, right? And of course, I mean, when you just start, you want as much people in and spending as much as they can and getting used to it. So right off the bat, we were faced with the restrictions, and but we decided that we'll hold our cards close and keep doing what we're doing and weather the storm, so to speak. And that's awesome. So that's probably the most, and the cold too, because that's you can't fight that one, right? Because when you're having real super cold weathers, which we had lots of them in the past months, right?
Yeah.
That also played a huge part in the disappointments that we face.
It's unfortunate sometimes, you can't fight the weather. It's just one of those variables that you can't control at all.
I sometimes wish if there was more opportunities too for businesses that are starting business, small businesses. And I am aware that there's some stuff out there, but don't let it fool you. It's not that easy to gain some of these stuff. I mean, especially for minority people, even though they say it's there. So that's a whole different story, I can tell you.
Word of mouth is so important for a new restaurant. And if you don't have people coming in, like that's such a, a detriment.
Oh yes, because guess what? The bills doesn't stop. Right? So they got to be paid. And for us, it was like an additional big family adding to our expenses in the middle of all of this. But I must say, I do appreciate Steinbach people, because you'll be amazed by how much of these people actually travel to Jamaica.
Really?
Over the years. Oh yeah, it's like lots of them come inside here and they tell us their experience, because I sometimes just walk around and just chat to people, and they'll share what their experience was and where they went to in Jamaica, whether it be Negril or Ocho Rios and all those places inland. And a lot of them have lots of unique stuff to say. So I really enjoy communicating with these people as we go along, because now they're getting to know us and we're getting to know them. So that's awesome. So thanks to Steinbach community and the surrounding areas for supporting us.
Mm-hmm.
And we really, really appreciate them coming out in some of these cold weathers and coming to support us.
Was that part of like the decision process, moving to Steinbach and starting up the restaurant there, that you're like, oh, you've heard good things about the community?
Steinbach and me personally went back years. People from Steinbach that came down to Jamaica. My parents my dad and mom used to have this huge complex that a lot of people would come down for like help and to work on stuff in Jamaica, so to speak, like building projects, and we were the ones who were housing them for that period of time. So I'll say with no doubt that I've known people from Canada here, or Steinbach here, for over 35, 40 years.
Oh, wow.
Actually. Yeah. When I first came to Steinbach here, I was actually walking in a store. People came right up to me and said, Junior, or Neville, they call me Junior. Neville, what? When did you get here? Right? So they already know me, because I used to be the guy that drives them around the island places, right? When they came to that same complex that I tell you about. So my dad usually gave me the keys to take them around the island. When I come to Steinbach here, it was by choice, because I know so much people here for one reason. And the fact that it's such a community that is so closely knit, I love that, because I was from a smaller community myself, and I could see ourselves adjusting quite easily to Steinbach versus Winnipeg, right? And we love Winnipeg people just the same, but Steinbach is kind of the place where we found it to be more like how our community was back in Jamaica.
The world is such a big place, but at the same time, it's so small.
Yes,
like,
it is.
You lived in Jamaica, and then you met people from Steinbach, and now you've moved to Steinbach, and people are like, wait, I remember you. That's so crazy.
Some of my kids, they were like, Dad, all these people know you. And I'm like, hey, I got a good history.
Speaking of Jamaica, sometimes someone hasn't been there or visited there at all. They usually picture stereotypes like Bob Marley, the accent, that kind of thing. What is Jamaica actually like?
It's one of the most awesome places to be, because of the way the people and the culture is. Of course, there's beautiful, nice white sand. There's beaches. There's tons to see in Jamaica, and the entertainment is number one. But we are also a set of people that is culturally, full of diversity in our culture as well. And we express it in many different ways. The way we cook, the way we do things in general. And our motto is out of many, one people. That means all nations you could probably find in Jamaica, form Jamaica. And that's one unique thing to remember, that it's like a melting pot. Jamaica is like a melting pot. Our foods are the same thing, because we are a tropical island. Then all the best spices grow there, because they get their own time to really mature and get to the level. So when it comes down to our cooking, right, there's nothing like Jamaican cooking. None. I'm sorry, guys out there, but nothing like Jamaican cooking. Of course, a lot of people, would say, "Oh, the spice, I can handle this," but you can always take out a little bit of the heat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what we do here in Steinbach, because our Steinbach culture is majority Mennonites here.
Yep.
Sorry, but they only cook with salt and pepper.
And pepper. Yep.
But we go for the whole deal, but they are finding out that lots of them is coming in and loving what we do. So all we do is ask them, okay, how do you like your spice levels? And then we work with them that way, so we can prepare it just for them, right? So without losing much, right?
Yep.
Just the heat will tone down, but
yeah, that's something about us Mennonites. We do not have a good spice tolerance. Lots of our food is very cream based, that kind of thing, or a lot like sour, like with borscht and stuff. It's like cabbage and yes, but I mean, for myself, the more I've been like experimenting with different like flavor profiles, the more I'm realizing it's like, our food's a little boring. Time to like.
Well, I'm glad you said it, so nobody has to get that name for that one.
No, 100%. So, what are some of the foods? I know when watching like Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay's, there's a couple of Jamaican restaurants, and they talk about jerk chicken and the things like that.
Well, jerk chicken is one of the number one seller here in the Reggae Grill, and the jerk poutine is another one, and that can be with pork or chicken. We got so much different other things that we do too, because the curried lamb, the oxtail, fish, that's in different ways that we prepare the fish, and burgers or in-house Jamaican burger. It's different. You will not have a bun that tastes better than ours. I can guarantee you that if you try our in-house burger, right? There's nobody that has that taste, and I can 100% say yes, right? So you're gonna experience things that come in here, if you do, that you won't find anywhere else, right? Because we'll be taking it to you with different spices and all the other great goodies, right? So or desserts and stuff like that, off the chain, super good, and they're taken from like real plants, foods, or vegetables or whatever, right?
Yeah.
We try to keep it that way, authentic.
Well, if there was like one Jamaican dish that you could introduce to people, which one would it be?
Okay, it's for me, my personal favorite. Is I got a bunch of them, but my favorite is stew peas. Stew peas is so amazing because this thing is cooked in coconut milk and all that stuff. Oh, it's just nice and smooth if you get that the right way. My mom, as I can remember back home, whenever she cooks like stew peas and stuff like that, then she knows she has to put some extra dumplings and stuff in there just for me, because I'm going for that, right? And so that's my number one actually, right? The jerk chicken and jerk pork as well. So all of those stuff combined is like you can't have it
go
all.
wrong. You can't go wrong.
But you can't go wrong either.
Enjoying the content from You Multicultural? Subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything that we're doing. I'm Ryan Funk. This was You Talk, and have yourself a good one.